Returning now to news that Harvard University is suing the Trump administration over its ban on enrolling foreign students. In a lawsuit filed in a federal court in Boston, the Ivy League school says the government's action violated the First Amendment and would have an immediate and devastating effect for Harvard and more than 7,000 visa holders. Well, joining me now is Steven Pinker, who's a professor of psychology at Harvard University. Thanks very much indeed for joining us. What is the feeling and sentiment about what's been going on for months now? This is the latest twist, of course, and banning international students. How do students feel about this, as well as professors like yourself?
Oh, shock, horror, rage, incredulity. The foreign students are in our labs, they're in our classrooms, they're on our student associations. They are woven into the life of Harvard to the benefit of everyone. Our students ought to be learning about how the rest of the world works, and what better way than to have a conversation with someone who comes from the rest of the world. And of course, Harvard and the United States profit by attracting the best minds in the world wherever they come from.
Yeah, that's the point, isn't it? That Harvard, amongst many other top universities, attracts students from around the world. As you say, it encourages the learning as well. But also, you want to attract these students, don't you?
We sure do. And I speak from some personal experience. I'm Canadian. I went to Harvard for graduate school, and I pretty much never left. Now, you can debate whether this is a good thing or not. I think it's a good thing. And certainly it's a good thing for the thousands of other scientists and engineers and writers that the United States has attracted, who've founded companies, who are CEOs of companies, who get elected to the National Academy of Sciences. A third of the members of the National Academy, the elite society for the country's best scientists, were born in other countries. And a large percentage of the startups, a large percentage of the CEOs are from smart people that the United States attracted and kept.
And in terms of the political environment, the battle, well, it's political for President Trump, and Harvard is saying, let's not make this political. But this battle between Harvard University and the Trump administration, it seems that the Trump administration keep trying to escalate their sanctions, if you will, on Harvard to try and make them see eye to eye with the Trump administration. Where is this all headed? What's the sense you're getting? Obviously, Harvard are now suing and taking this to court.
We don't know. The lawsuits are impeccable. It's absolutely clear that the Trump administration is breaking the law, including the First Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, that the government can't impose restrictions on speech. That's exactly what they tried to do in the ultimatum that they delivered in April. The ultimatum was so absurd that Harvard had no choice but to reject it. It would have amounted to turning Harvard into Trump University.
And, we mentioned the students are incredulous, as are you, about what's happening. How is this going to impact students who are currently at the university? Have you got a sense of how this ban is going to impact? Is this only for new students, or what about current students?
It's revoking the visas of current students. They will have to either go home or transfer to another university that is entitled to give them a visa. It's absolutely devastating, and Harvard is trying to get an injunction to stop it in court now or fast. We don't know whether they will succeed.
Just how damaging is this for a university like Harvard financially? Universities are run because they have all of this financial support.
Well, in terms of the grant support, it's devastating, not for the university as a whole. And there's a widespread misconception that the government just supports Harvard. It doesn't. The government pays for research to be done. Scientists submit proposals. They are evaluated in a process of fierce competitive review in response to programs that Congress sets up for areas of research that would benefit the country. If the money doesn't come, the research doesn't get done. It's not as if it gets thrown into a big piggy bank for Harvard, a widespread misconception. So it means that research that is now being done won't be done.
And are students and professors like yourself planning any kind of action, any protests or communications to try and have your voices heard? Of course, the official route is that Harvard is filing these lawsuits.
Yes, and that is the official route. We're not marching with pitchforks and torches just yet. It's not clear how effective that will be. For my part, I have written articles, including one in the New York Times this morning called Harvard Derangement Syndrome, acknowledging that Harvard has flaws. There are problems that need to be fixed, but they have been blown up into a grotesque caricature. There have been problems with unruly protests. There are problems with some people being canceled for controversial opinions. There's not as much viewpoint diversity as I think we should have, but there are measures that can be taken against all of those problems. And Harvard, even as it is now, has plenty of controversial debates, plenty of conservatives, plenty of people pushing politically incorrect views, including myself. So it's a question of dealing with a complex institution with some proportionality. That is, fix the problems, but don't clobber it with a club. Don't cut its carotid artery and watch it bleed out.
How much support and collaboration is there across universities in how to handle this situation? We know what happened with Columbia, but is there support from other universities for Harvard?
There was in response to the April ultimatum, there was a statement signed by, I think maybe up to more than 100 university presidents supporting Harvard's lawsuit and rejection of these demands. No organized kind of union of universities or united front, as far as I know.
Okay, Professor Steven Pinker, we're going to leave it there, but thanks very much indeed for joining us.
Thanks for having me.